Good morning, I'm Tennille Biggers, your local realtor with Keller Williams Elite Partners 3. It's April 1st, and I wanted to pop in with some questions on what's happening in the market and some of the most popular questions that are coming in. So let's start off with a quick review of the Winter Garden, Windermere, Oakland area. Please know this is a very small subset of the Orlando market as a whole. However, it gives you some insight of what's happening. I'm happy to pull these numbers for you. Just let me know what you'd like to see. But this is just a sample to help you understand what we're seeing out there. So put this in perspective. Last Thursday is when Orange County received the orders to have the mandatory stay at home. It was midnight last Thursday, so we're almost a week into this. Over the last week, all of these areas I mentioned, Winter Garden, Windermere, and Oakland, had 37 properties come on the market as active. That's new in addition to everything else that was already on the market before those orders came in, okay? During that time, out of everything that was active on the market, 34 properties went pending. So 37 new properties in the last week, 34 properties went pending. That tells us that almost everything, I mean, it's not one for one, it's not every property that went on the market last week went pending, but almost the same number that came active went pending. That is very interesting. Please know through all this that real estate is considered an essential service. Buyers need housing. Sellers need to sell. So there are still ways and protocol to safely show homes and to get your property listed. So we can talk through those if you're thinking of this. Let's also look at a 3-day snapshot though. I digress. Let's look at a 3-day snapshot. Over the last 3 days, so 3 days of full, everybody needs to be staying at home, only going out for essential needs. We had 9 properties come on the market. 18 properties went pending. So that alone, I mean, that's a very small time in a very small section of the Orlando area, but guys, that's still, we're heavily in this area in a seller's market still. Okay. Yes, we do have higher unemployment rates right now. And that's what we really have to keep in mind is that we had buyers 2-3 weeks ago who were ready, willing, and able to buy, who may be in a different situation at this point. And so right now it's just a matter of getting families through what they need so that we can come out on the back end of this, get everybody back to work and get those buyers back where they want to be, right? So the next question is this going to be a 2008? First off, I'm not an economist. I will tell you that now, but I will tell you some good common sense things that I'm hearing, conversations I'm having, and then you can think through these. So let's look at 2008. What caused that? A big, one arm of the housing market is financing for buyers to be able to get the mortgage that they need, and that it's a sound mortgage, that it's a good investment for the lender, and it's a good investment for the buyer. That arm practically fell apart, right? So think back to 2008. There was such a lending issue that piece just broke. That is not the case now. Lenders are putting quite a few stop gaps in place anywhere where they're seeing a major risk that may have made sense in the business. I say major risk. That was probably an alarming word. Where they see that there's more risk on a transaction, they're putting stop gaps in place. Where that transaction may have made sense 4 weeks ago, all of a sudden they're saying, you know what, we're going to stop right here. We're going to ask for more information. We're going to get more qualifications from the buyers to make sure that this is a sound investment. So yes, there are some changes in the lending side of the house. Are we seeing what we saw in 2008? No, this is a very different situation. It feels like this is a very lengthy process. Hopefully this is a short season. And when we come through on the end of this, that buyers can get back to work. Our economy starts to see that boost naturally from that happening. Buyers can buy. Does that make sense? Hopefully that's helpful. Yes, that was the last big one that we felt was 2008, and it hit hard and it hurt many people. Let's just be very mindful that this is a different situation. Now, in talking through where we're at in unemployment, if your household has been affected by unemployment through this time or furloughed during this time and your pay has changed, if you know of someone, please share this message. There are options out there to defer mortgage payments, and I want you guys to be very, very careful with that. If that is something you need to pursue, ask a lot of questions, okay? I'm not telling you that there's anything wrong with deferring it. However, you need to know the consequences if you do. Ask your lender, if I defer for 3 months, when are those payments due? Your lender may say, hey, they're due in 4 months. Think about it, guys. In 4 months, do you know what position you'll be in 4 months? Because in 4 months, they may say, okay, the last 3 months are due, plus that 4th payment. Do that math. 4 times your mortgage payment due at one time in 4 months. Does that make sense for you? And what happens if it is due in 4 months and you're not able to pay it? Ask those questions. Maybe your lender says, hey, it's going to be due at the end of your mortgage. Maybe you're a 30-year mortgage right now and you've got 25 years left. So those months may be added to the end of it. Ask those questions and understand. If one of those options do fit for your circumstance and you say, hey, I'll be fine in a couple months, but right now I just need help. Your next question to your lender needs to be, what happens to my credit? Because the lender may say, hey, we're going to defer it for 3 months and give you that grace, or we're going to defer it to the end of your mortgage and give you that grace. They may be reporting it on your credit as a late payment. That's a pretty big deal, guys, to have a late mortgage payment on your credit. So I'm not a lender. I am not an economist. I am a realtor who is just keeping my ears open every day, plugging into as many calls and conversations that I can get into, and making sure I'm giving you what you need to ask your questions. Keep your questions coming to me, please. Call me, text me, Facebook me, LinkedIn me. I don't care. Send your questions my way. Let me get you some answers if I don't have them, because buyers, it really is a good time to buy with low interest rates if you're in a position that it makes sense, right? Sellers, if you have a property you need to sell, we're still in a seller's market. So do not let the situation cause you to hesitate from making a decision to buy or sell right now. Just get your facts. Call me. I'll be happy to answer any questions for your situation. My number is 850-628-4455. I hope you're all doing well. Please stay home if you can, and let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Take care.